You've been told your whole life, max out your 401k, get the company match, and you'll be rich by retirement. I believed it too. Millions of Americans are following this advice right now, thinking they're making the smartest financial move possible. They're not. In fact, the standard 401k strategy is quietly costing the average American over $500,000 in lifetime earnings, and nobody is talking about it. Today we're going to. Here's the lie. Get the company match, that's free money. The match is real, but it's not free. You're getting a 50% return on every dollar you contribute up to 6% of your salary. That sounds incredible, but that's not where the trap is. The trap is in the fees. The average 401k charges between 0.58% and 1.50% in annual fees. That doesn't sound like much. 1% of your money per year? You might not even notice it. But compound that over 40 years of saving. Here's what happens. If you invest $500,000 in a low-cost index fund with 0.05% fees, like you can do with a personal brokerage, and you earn 7% average annual returns, you end up with approximately $7.4 million by retirement. If you invest that same $500,000 in a typical 401k with 1.0% in fees at the same 7% gross returns, you end up with approximately $3.8 million. The difference, $3.6 million. You lost 51% of your retirement savings to fees alone. And here's the thing. Most people don't even know what their 401k is charging them because the fees are buried in the prospectus no one reads. There are typically 4 layers of fees in a 401k. Layer 1, the fund expense ratio. Every mutual fund in your 401k charges what's called an expense ratio, the percentage of assets they take annually to manage the fund. Active funds, managed by humans trying to beat the market, typically charge 0.75% to 1.50%. Index funds charge 0.05% to 0.20%. Here's the kicker. Actively managed funds underperform index funds about 80% of the time over 15 plus years. You're paying more for managers who statistically perform worse than just buying the market. Layer 2, the plan administration fee. Your employer's 401k provider, Fidelity, Vanguard, Schwab, etc., charges a fee just to keep the plan running. This can be $100 and $500 per employee per year, or a percentage of assets under management. Layer 3, the advisor fee, if applicable. If your plan includes a financial advisor or advisory services, that's another 0.25% to 0.75% annually. Layer 4, the transaction fees. Every time you rebalance your portfolio or trade, there can be small transaction fees. Put all 4 together and you're looking at 1.0% to 2.0% annually in total fees. For a $500,000 account, that's $5,000 to $10,000 per year, every year, for 40 years. Let's address the fundamental question. Maybe the active managers are actually better, and the extra fee is worth it. No, the data is brutally clear. Morningstar analyzed actively managed funds over 15-year periods from 2004 to 2019. In every single asset class, the majority of active managers underperformed their benchmark index. In U.S. large-cap funds, 88% underperformed the S&P 500. In U.S. mid-cap funds, 92% underperformed. In U.S. small-cap funds, 96% underperformed. In international funds, 95% underperformed. Not only did they underperform, but after you factor in fees, the underperformance was even worse. You're paying extra to get worse returns. This is exactly the kind of financial trap that most creators won't touch because the funds being offered in 401ks are often run by their advertisers. We don't have those conflicts. Finance Trap is dedicated to showing you where your money actually goes and how to keep more of it. Subscribe if you want to understand the financial system instead of being blind to it. Now, there's actually something worse than just the fee structure. Your employer's 401k plan offers you maybe 15-30 fund options. You think you're choosing. You're not. You're being offered a pre-selected menu of funds that your employer negotiated with the 401k provider. And guess what? The funds that get the most prominent placement, the default option, are often not the lowest fee options. They're the options that pay the highest revenue sharing agreements to the 401k provider. It's a kickback system. The 401k provider makes money when you choose the higher fee funds, so they position those funds prominently. Your employer gets a discounted plan fee in exchange for offering funds that make the provider money. You're the one paying for all of it. Compare this to opening a personal brokerage account with a company like Vanguard or Fidelity. You get access to thousands of funds. You can choose truly low-cost index funds. You pay minimal fees. So what's the optimal strategy? Step 1, get the employer match. That 50-100% instant return is real. If your employer matches 3% of your salary, contribute at least 3% to get the full match. That's money you're leaving on the table if you don't. Step 2, max out your Roth IRA. In 2024, you can contribute $7,000 per year to a Roth IRA. This grows tax-free. You can choose any funds you want. Zero employer involvement. Minimal fees if you use index funds. Step 3, after you've maxed your match and your Roth IRA, contribute to an HSA if you have an eligible high-deductible health plan. HSAs are triple tax advantaged and wildly underutilized. Step 4, only after all that, contribute additional money to your 401k. But when you do, choose the lowest fee index funds available. Look at the expense ratio specifically. This strategy gives you the company match, tax advantages, and low fees. You're not avoiding the 401k. You're using it correctly while minimizing what it's costing you. Let's say you make $60,000 per year and your employer matches 3%. Bad strategy. Typical 401k, 1.0% average fees. 40-year contribution, $72,000. Ending balance, $320,000 fees. Paid over 40 years, $180,000. Better strategy. Match plus Roth plus low fee. 401k at 0.17% average. 40-year contribution, $110,000. Because you're using multiple account types. Ending balance, $580,000 fees paid over 40 years. $25,000. Same contributions, roughly. Completely different outcomes.